Hey, welcome back. Thanks for watching. So I had a subscriber ask about the various jobs I had throughout my career. So obviously, as a boy, I had paper routes and I had mowing jobs, where I'd go and mow grass for people. But my first, I guess what you say, paycheck job was at the local lumber yard. I got that job when I was a junior in high school, and I worked part-time there until I got done with college. Once I got done with college, the lumberyard didn't have a full-time job for me, and I was really, looking to work full-time. So I got a job over in a city about an hour from here to the west, and I was working in a factory. And I was working in that factory. I think I worked there for about 9 or so months, 10 months. I hated it. I wasn't made to work in a factory, and God bless those who do. It's something that I don't think I'll ever forget, but it's something I didn't think I wanted to do long term. Anyway, in the meantime, the lumberyard where I had been working during high school, they had a full-time opening. And so after about 9 months of being at the factory, I moved back to Robinson, and I worked at the lumberyard again as a career from this would have been 1990 to 97, I guess. So 7 more years. So counting the 4 years prior, and then the 7 years, I worked there 11 years. So in my full-time job, I was a salesman, but I mainly was in charge of selling kitchen and bathroom cabinets and countertops and the like. And so, and doing kitchen design. And I did that for the 7 years that I was there full-time. And then in late '97, I got hired at the refinery here in town, where I worked then for nearly 26 years. So I've had, I guess, 3 paycheck type jobs where I got a paycheck and had tax withholding and that type of stuff. There was a lot of at the lumberyard. I'll say this, that there was a lot of interaction, obviously, with the public. I really enjoyed that. You kind of always knew what was going on in town. You always had this feeling that you were in the know, because people were coming there working on projects and stuff, and it was a fun job. It was stressful. We were busy all the time, but it was really nice to be able to work there and to interact with the public and get to know a lot of people, because it seemed like once I went into the refinery, where I did meet a lot of people there, obviously, and I worked with a lot of different people. I wasn't out in the public, and I wasn't in tune to maybe what all was going on in town as I was when I was at the lumberyard. But I got to meet a whole lot of people at the refinery. I worked with a lot of different types of people. It was really an eye-opener, I suppose, for me to work and to interact with such a large demographic, I guess, of just the different people. But I did kind of get to where in town I didn't know as many people as I would have if I had stayed at the lumberyard, obviously. But there was no comparison between the pay and the benefits and all that. I mean, going to the refinery was the best option for my family. I enjoyed my time at the lumberyard. I did not enjoy my time at the factory. We made manufactured air conditioners, and I did not enjoy my time there. So I was really glad to be able to get back to home and back to the lumberyard, where I knew people and was able to interact and do there. I did enjoy that job, and I enjoyed the job at the refinery. Don't misunderstand. I mean, it was just hard. It was just hard, the older you got with the shift work and stuff. So anyway, I can't say that that I hated any of the jobs I had. Like I said, I really didn't enjoy the factory job, but it wasn't something I despised or hated. Of course, back then I was young and was just glad to be able to get a full-time job with benefits and all that stuff. But looking back, it was not the greatest place to work, and I'm glad I was only there 9 months. But it did give me an appreciation for folks that work in a factory and work on an assembly line type thing. It just wasn't for me, and thankfully I didn't have to do it for very long. So anyway, I've had 3 paycheck jobs, and then I had the lumberyard, or the lawn mowing, and the paper routes. That's my work career. I don't intend at this point to get a job in retirement. That's not to say that I won't. But right now, just 2.5 months into retirement, it's not something I'm planning. But who knows what next year will bring. I may decide to get back into mowing or something like that. I'm not going to rule it out, but that's not something I'm planning as I make this video, in late September, 2 months after I've retired. So anyway, that'll do it for this video. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you liking and subscribing. I really do appreciate all that. If so, leave a comment. Just read the comments. You might be able to learn something from there. And reply back with some of the jobs that you've had in your career. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.